What's up, guys? So as you all already know, Intel has become stagnant for the past few years and only made incremental upgrades to their chips each generation because there unfortunately was no competition. However, this year, as AMD released Ryzen and started taking a significant amount of market share, Intel started to feel the heat and decided to release their 8th generation chips early, and this time they actually made a dramatic upgrade to the chip when compared to last generation. However, their process still hasn't changed, and they have made yet another reiteration of the 14nm process, and they named it 14nm Plus Plus. In their i7 line, they added 2 cores, 4 threads, which effectively increased their core count by 50%. This is definitely a significant upgrade on paper, but is that upgrade able to relate to much superior day-to-day performance? Well, the extra 2 cores has increased their chip's TDP to 95 watts from 91 watts, and forced Intel to lower their stock frequency by 500 MHz, from 4.2 GHz on the Intel i7 7700K to 3.7 GHz on the Intel i7 8700K. The L3 cache has also increased from 8 MB to 12 MB. However, the PCIe lanes remains at 16 lanes. The stock frequency decrease would make a noticeable difference in applications that are single thread intensive. However, the Intel i7 8700K is still able to be overclocked quite a bit. The 8700K is easily able to be overclocked to 5.0 GHz for most users given efficient cooling, and if not that, all chips reach the high 4s with an average air cooler. This ability puts it on par with the Intel 7700K, which had similar overclocking numbers. I was able to overclock my Intel i7 8700K to 5.0 GHz with the Corsair H100i V2. At idle, my temperatures are in the low 30s, and at full load, my temperatures are in the mid 80s. Since the clock speeds match now, in theory, the performance of the Intel i7 8700K should be dramatically better than its predecessor. Let's jump into some benchmarks and find out. On Cinebench R15, the 8700K has a multi-thread score of 1649 and a single thread score of 218 at 5.0 GHz. The 7700K at the same 5.0 GHz has a multi-thread score of 1009 and a single thread score of 210. The multi-score thread is very different, but the single thread performance is near identical. The multi-thread score is actually 50% higher on the Intel i7 8700K, so the increase on paper does translate to a synthetic increase. However, is there a real world performance difference? The answer is not in daily tasks. You are not going to see a big performance increase, if any, when you're surfing the web or typing away on that Word document or creating that next presentation. You're not even going to see a difference in boot times or overall snappiness. As for gaming, this chip is in fact the best gaming CPU available on the market right now. But when you look at the difference in FPS between the 8700K and the 7700K, it's just a few FPS. It really doesn't make a difference. I'm not going to be going over any gaming benchmarks because there are plenty of those on the internet. Instead, I prefer to give you guys another opinion. As a result, in gaming, I would say that it really does not make much of a difference. However, in CPU intensive work applications, it would definitely make a difference. For example, your Premiere Pro and After Effects renders times would dramatically decrease, and your Blender experience would be so much smoother. Overall, for a work-type CPU-intensive application, you would experience quite a superior experience with the Intel i7 8700K. As a result, who should consider this CPU? A CPU purchase is more of a psychological aspect rather than a logical one. All of you guys who crave the best gaming CPU available, you guys should just go ahead and buy the CPU. Same goes for everyone who wants the newest Intel flagship product. All of you guys would never be satisfied with anything else, so you might as well just buy it. People who are on a tight budget and aim to use their computer for work should still get this CPU because it really is quite a nice upgrade for work-related applications. Next, all of you guys who are gamers on tight budgets, you guys should not get the CPU. Instead, you guys should get the 8600K or 7700K and use that money to upgrade your GPU if it's not already maxed out, and then get an SSD if you don't already have one. None of those CPUs will actually bottleneck the GPU, and as a result, you guys should save your money and upgrade your GPU first, which will increase your gaming experience much more than a CPU upgrade, especially considering how overpriced the 8700K is right now. By getting the 7700K, instead, you guys should save at least $100, and that would be enough to go up in GPU level or upgrade your SSD storage, which would both elevate your gaming experience much more. Finally, all of you guys who can afford the 8700K but prefer not to get it if it's not really that much better, all the gamers in that category, I don't recommend you guys get it because it's really not a good value for how much performance it gives you. All the people aiming to use their PCs for work in that category, you guys should get it because it really is nice CPU as long as budget really isn't a problem. Overall, this is the best CPU on the market if you don't consider the enthusiast lines of CPUs, and it really does perform to that name. However, there are other things you guys should upgrade first if you guys are on a budget or don't really want it. For everyone else who craves a CPU and wants the best performance available, this CPU is a great buy, and all of you guys would be very satisfied with your purchase. Well guys, that's all I have for you guys this time. If you guys are interested in what comes inside the box, then make sure to check out my unboxing by clicking the link in the description below. As always, if you guys like this video, make sure to give me that like, and if you guys loved it and would like to see more videos just like this, then make sure to subscribe and turn on that bell notification. Let me know what you guys think about this CPU in the comments below, but until next time, bye.